the bond investor too, and it swindles the person who keeps their cash under their mattress. It swindles almost everybody.
It's not rocket science to build wealth, yet so many people struggle with it. One of the big reasons is because of a low income. But recently, there's been another issue, which is inflation. Contrary to popular belief, it's not as difficult as it seems to build wealth on a low income. In fact, one of the most famous investors in the world, and a multi-billionaire who never started with much, but also lives like he doesn't make a ton of money, especially during inflation. So, who's better to learn the secrets of how to live on a crazy low income during inflation than one of the richest and most frugal people in the world? If you have spent any time in the financial or investing world, one of the names you've likely come across is Warren Buffett. He's considered one of the best investors of all time, garnered with the name of Oracle of Omaha for his amazing business insight. He's also surprisingly frugal.
But as I've written, they have no utility to me. They can't do anything to make me happier. I'm already happy. I'd be happy with, certainly with $100,000 a year, I could be very happy.
While $100,000 a year is not a small income, notice how he says that he could be very happy. This means he could easily live on less, and if he can, so can you. Number 1. Spend on lunch instead of dinner. If you really love takeout and feel like you won't be able to stop despite being on a low income and inflation on the rise, then the best thing you can do is pick the right time to eat out. For example, Warren Buffett loves his McDonald's and will get it for takeout every single day. While dinners typically are quite expensive, you can get a great meal for much less at lunch. Most restaurants will offer different and cheaper menu items at lunch simply because they don't have as much business around the time. This means it's a great time to get a full meal for a reduced price. It's a win-win situation for someone on a low income. Number 2. Go outside more often. We often think about how to spend our time when we are not working or we want to enjoy ourselves. But this can be problematic when you live on a low income along with the soaring prices due to inflation. For example, you might want to eat out with friends, but realize you'd overshoot your budget if you did. This can become stressful, but there's a way around it. All you need to do is step outside your house and go somewhere nice to enjoy the outdoors. It's entirely free, and you can really enjoy yourself. For instance, I either go for a hike or run every single day, which is essentially free entertainment for at least 1 hour, if not more. Number 3. Use meetups. Buffett strongly believes that his happiness stems from the memories he's made with the people closest to him. The problem arises when you live on a low income and don't want to spend too much. A great option for you might be meetups. Meetups is a website that's designed to connect groups of people with similar interests. The way it works is that you sign up, and then you can find events that people host near you that range from things like music jams, bowling, or even playing sports. It's an excellent way to meet new people, and you can really find some amazing new things around that you may not have known existed. Not to mention that you can find groups that do things for free too. Number 4. Make coffee at home. Coffee is unbelievably expensive when you get it from a place like Starbucks or a local coffee shop, and commodities like coffee only get more expensive with inflation. Funnily enough, it takes very little effort to make an excellent coffee at home, and you can save a ton of money while doing it. Yes, it's a little extra work, but being prepared and doing the work goes a long way regarding saving your money. Naturally, Warren Buffett is a big supporter of taking the reins and doing things yourself when you can. Number 5. Eat well on less. When you live on a low income, it can feel like you need to give up on good food in the process. Fortunately, that's not the case.
If somebody told me I would live an extra year if I ate nothing but broccoli and a few other things all my life instead of eating what I like to eat, I would say take a year off the end of my life and let me.
There are plenty of amazing foods you can eat without having to break your budget. It does require a bit of creativity and skill in the kitchen. For those of you who may not feel like home chefs, there's an excellent website that has thousands of amazing recipes on a budget. It's called budgetbites.com. They go into detail about how much you're spending per portion of the meal, which can help you plan exactly how much you spend on each meal. Simply avoiding takeout and making meals like this at home will easily help you save hundreds of dollars a month. Number 6. Take short trips instead of vacations. Enjoying your life is something that you should never give up regardless of your income. Warren Buffett clearly states this in many ways, but a direct sample is that he has a vacation home on top of his regular home. Unfortunately, it can be hard to vacation when cash is tight. The best way to enjoy yourself is to focus on taking short trips. My mom enjoys doing this because she says she can see more things in a shorter period of time while getting relief and relaxation from work. Not to mention that it's much cheaper. Number 7. Rent fashion instead of buying it. For those who don't know, Warren Buffett could care less about fashion. You'll never see him wearing a brand name since clothes only function as utility for him. If you're someone who isn't obsessed with clothes, then this is a great way to save on a low income. However, if you enjoy fashion, then consider renting it instead of committing to a full purchase. It's significantly cheaper and can look fantastic at any event you need to go to. Borrowing is fully supported by Buffett, as he actually borrowed a crib when his daughter was born. Number 8. Buy used designer items. While we're on the topic of fashion, instead of buying a brand new designer item, consider getting it used. Used items are always significantly cheaper than new ones, and they still provide excellent quality, especially if it's a high-end luxury item. Number 9. Get rid of debt ASAP.
As a general matter, as a one piece of specific financial advice, I would say, avoid credit cards. Just forget about them.
There are so many ways to look at credit cards, but most of the time, it's that they're a great way to lose money. Simply put, getting rid of credit card debt and all debt is going to be your way to riches. Warren Buffett is strongly against debt and says that having zero debt is a surefire way to get rich. Number 10. Focus on trendy accessories instead of outfits. Accessories are not only cheaper than outfits, but they tend to hold their trends longer. Most of the time, accessories also go far beyond trends, as they're usually quite useful and can be paired with several different styles. It's a great way to keep up with fashion and make sure you're living comfortably on a low income. Number 11. Shop out of season. Warren Buffett always buys stocks out of season, meaning he buys when the markets are totally down and at a discount. For us who aren't as skilled at investing, we can use the same principle, but for items we buy regularly. For instance, as winter comes to an end, it's a great time to buy winter boots or coats, as stores try to get rid of their stock to replace them with summer things. You can find some amazing sales this way. Did you enjoy this tip? Then give the video a like to let us know. Number 12. Use discount stores to your advantage. Discount stores sometimes seem sketchy, but if you've ever been in one, you'll quickly realize the treasure you have nearby. This Buffett quote may convince you if you're still on the fence. Whether we're talking about socks or stocks, I like buying quality merchandise when it's marked down. One of the best examples of a discount store is Dollar Tree. It's a wonderful place to save money on a low income, and especially during inflation. Number 13. Get a low-budget haircut. Let's face it, haircuts are insanely expensive, and just like everything else, the price is skyrocketing with inflation. However, you don't need to spend a fortune just to get your haircut. If we look at Buffett, he only spends $18 on his haircut even if he could afford the best hairstylist in the world right now without thinking twice. For most of you, there are a few options when money is tight. The first is to learn to cut your own hair. If you find your hair easy to maintain, this is a great option. Otherwise, you can find a hairstylist school and get discount cuts from the students. It may not be the best haircut, but it'll be good and it'll be at an even better price. Number 14. Have movie nights at home. This has become incredibly easy with the onset of subscription services. There's really no need to go out to the theater anymore, so save your money and enjoy some popcorn at home. Number 15. Buy an older car.
Actually, I picked out the car I have based on the fact that it had airbags on both sides, so that was a factor. It may have been the first car of its type ever made with airbags, but I think my car actually, it's both heavy and has airbags, and those are two primary factors in safety.
Yes, you heard that right. Buffett's primary measure to buying a car was its safety, which is a great measure for that matter. For those of you that don't know, Warren actually drives a used Cadillac, and it's not even one of the top models. It's a simple car that gets him where he needs to go. He doesn't drive very much, so in his mind, there's no point in having a nice car. If you can think this way, you can keep tons of money in your pocket by avoiding new car expenses. Number 16. Do your own renovations. It can be a lot of work, but the amount you can save is monumental. Not to mention that an upgrade to your home means you can sell it for more than you bought it for. If you want to make your home nicer, start with small renovation tasks that are easy. You can find tons of tutorials online to get you started and learn an amazing skill that can help you through the high prices of inflation. Number 17. Be on the lookout for discounts. Low prices really do happen very often. You just need to keep your eyes peeled. If you're buying items often or looking to buy an expensive item, search through several places for discounts so you can get the best deal. It should be no surprise that Warren Buffett only likes to buy things at a discount too. Number 18. Use coupon sites. Warren Buffett has a famous story to his name when he bought Bill Gates and his wife McDonald's when they were visiting Japan. The funny thing is that he paid for their meals with coupons. If one of the richest people in the world uses coupons, then maybe it's a good idea for you too. There are many sites and apps available to you to help find coupons you can use for all your purchases. Number 19. Use online marketplaces to sell things. One of the biggest bonuses of having social media like Facebook is that you have access to their marketplace. If you're looking for a quick cash payment while living on a low income during inflation, then sell what you don't need. You'll be surprised how easy it is. Number 20. Give back to others. Something that gets overlooked when trying to get rich is forgetting to give. Warren Buffett doesn't shy away from this as a majority of his net worth is already pledged to philanthropy. So, on your journey to riches, don't forget to give, regardless of how little you make. Number 21. Avoid bars. Alcohol is expensive, and bars sell drinks at some of the highest prices you can find. If you want to drink alcohol, then do it at home with the company you enjoy being around and for a fraction of the cost. Or be like Warren Buffett and don't drink any alcohol. Number 22. Prepare what you can. This is mostly geared towards food, as it's the most frequently consumed thing outside of water that many of us deal with. With a little bit of preparation, you can save a ton of money because you organize exactly what you eat and how much you'll eat, and that leads to knowing how much you'll spend. This is essential for living on a low income. Number 23. Use cash.
What's in your wallet right now?
I'd say about probably $400 or $500.
$400 or $500
Something like that,
in
yeah.
cash.
Yeah,
Is that what you're always carrying?
I generally.
It's amazing how much cash Warren Buffett carries, but it allows him to never dive into debt ever. This is one of those habits that's allowed him to get rich and stay rich. It's a habit that will also help you on a low income during inflation because you'll never spend more than you have this way. How do you like to live on a crazy low income during inflation? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell for the latest updates.